Thank you, everybody, and welcome to a HeadStarter Pulse Twitter Spaces. It's been a while since we had these. We generally run them bi-weekly, and it's a community-oriented AMA session in which we answer questions about HeadStarter application features and upcoming events. Today, we will be focusing specifically on one of our ambitious and exciting initiatives, and it's one of the biggest ones to date. That's why we're pleased to welcome our friends and event partners from Earthlings, Legends of the Past, and Web23, and we'll be joined soon by the team from Astra Nova. And also together with us as a co-host is HeadStarter's very own new community lead, Awaken Fury. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Hey, everyone. So, everyone, we are super excited to have these projects here with us today to talk about this new collaboration. The HeadStarter team is heading to the Philippines to attend the prestigious AIBC Asia Crypto event. The Philippines has been the year-over-year country leader in gamify user adoption. Our goal is to onboard new users to Hedera and organize a few Hedera-centric educational events alongside the Web3 local community. Our presence at AIBC Manila gives us the opportunity to connect with some of the sharpest minds in the crypto and Web3. Together with our event partners, we will showcase the leading blue-chip Hedera ecosystem projects while evangelizing our vibrant
Thanks a lot for that, for those notes, Awaken Fury, and great to have you on Spaces as a co-host. Please, everybody, give a warm welcome to our friend Andrew. Indeed, we've been, as HeadStarter, pretty timid when it comes to some of the most recent developments, but we're very happy to bring forth to you guys all the HBAR to Manila campaign. While in Manila, not only will we be onboarding new users to the Hedera network, but also we will be educating investors, founders, and developers about the unique possibilities of building on top of the Hedera distributed ledger technology. And we want to make sure that we attract funding, liquidity towards our leading ecosystem projects, such as our panelists here today. Big thank you to everybody joining us from the comfort of your home or car or work. And stay to the end. We have some cool announcements that you don't want to miss. We have a packed agenda, as I said earlier. So without further ado, let's start by introducing our guests today. We'll start alphabetically with Earthlings. Patrick, it's not the first time we're having you on Spaces, but do you mind giving us a short intro and what has been the latest developments over in Earthlings land?
Short is not my word, Tudor. You know that. I don't want to be short. Well, let's see if I get some inspiration for a longer intro then. Well, we've just been featuring... Well, let's start differently because maybe not everyone knows us. Earthlings Land is building a gaming metaverse where initially we started out as metaverse, but we saw very early on already that gaming should be the core of our business, and that's where we are at now. And what we want to do is really revolutionize the whole gaming metaverse concept by bringing gaming more to the foreground. Because what we think is that actually gamers were already there in the whole metaverse space, because a metaverse is nothing else than getting together, having fun together in a digital world, and that gamers did that first. So that's why we are focusing most on gaming, and we love to bring quality gaming to Hedera, as other projects here do as well. And we just featured our new town center trailer, so maybe one of my team members that are here in the space can are you okay with that, Tudor? Can I pin it on top of the space?
Please do,
yes,
sir.
Thank you very much. So we just after the success of the floating islands, that was already weeks ago, and a lot of people like that a lot, and now we had to, of course, get something that looked at least as good as that. So we think we did a good job on that, and seeing the responses, I think people agree. At least I hope so. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to really bring this quality gaming to Hedera, where people see that yes, Hedera is about more than well, DeFi and all these other things that are already happening, of course. But let's make Hedera also a place for gaming. That would be awesome. And I think we've got some panelists here who agree with that and have some great projects as well. So that was my shortest possible introduction. Thank you, Tudor.
It was impressively short for you, Patrick. Thanks a lot. Very excited by everything that you guys are building, and I'm very, very happy to see the progress that your team have been making onto Hedera. Second, let's head over to Legends of the Past and Basile. Obviously, one of the other leading projects in GameFi on Hedera.
Hi everyone, hi Tudor, hi Patrick, Wes and Del. It's a pleasure to be here, a pleasure to be discussing alongside with such great partners as yourselves. So yeah, indeed, we are a Web3 mobile game, so I think it's a bit different because there are some other games that are being built on Hedera, but our game is mobile. The goal is to attract millions of players all around the world, especially in South Asia and in the Philippines as well. So that's why participating in this operation in Manila makes a lot of sense for LOP in terms of user acquisition overall. If you don't know us, we are, I'll try to keep it short as Patrick, we are HBAR mobile game that is based on historical character. So you'll be playing with Clio, for instance, or other legends that have shaped history. Our team comes from some of the, but we are very happy and very lucky because we managed to have one of the best art director in the world. His name is Kimetinov, respected name in the industry, huge experience at Supercell or other great gaming studios, and he managed to open his network. That's why we have so many talented people building Legend of the Past with us. And while we are building, and while we've been building the game for already 1 year and a half, we opened the community and recently started to build the game alongside with our communities by selling our first batches of NFTs, which are the Infinity Jars. We did a private sale last week that was a huge success. Leading to only 20 remaining NFTs that will be sold tomorrow for the public. So if you guys want to participate and discover what is Legend of the Past and benefit of heavenly perks, watch out for the public sale tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Kabila. Anyway, thank you very much. Very happy to be here and to be discussing about this amazing event that we'll be organizing in Manila.
Thank you very much for that, Basile. It was very exciting to see the success that you guys had with the Past Mint and the uniqueness in which you guys have developed the Mint experience overall on your platform. Obviously, it's been something that was very well received by the HBARbarian faithful. Last but not least, let's also welcome Del and Wes. Would you like to introduce yourselves and Web23 guys?
Yeah, thanks, Tudor. I'll speak on behalf of Del and I. So hi, I'm Wes. I'm co-founder of Web23. And simply put, we let you mint your Web3 domains through us. And we've worked with some of the finest NFT projects or other projects in the community. And I'm sure you know some of them. Hangry, BHC, so just to name a few. We're also fortunately a recipient of the HBAR Foundation grant, so that has really allowed us to build exciting products that we have now. And our vision is to really provide a solid infrastructure for digital identities in the metaverse. You know, as all of these projects are being built, we want to make sure that you have a portable identity across these metaverses. And that allows us to make it easy to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 in the future as well. So just an exciting note to everyone who's here. We're launching our latest product very soon. And we just wanted to ask you to stay tuned on our Twitter. The product will be centered around providing further utility to your existing Web3 domains. So if you have any .hbar or any Web3 domains under the Hedera ecosystem.
I personally am very, very excited for that, and I can tell you guys for sure that when it comes to Web 2.3, the functionalities currently are barely scratching the surface when it comes to the overall mission and plans that you guys have. So thank you guys for joining the panel with us. and congrats on the initiative, and very excited for the road ahead for you guys. Now, since everybody's on the edge of their seats to hear more about the HBAR to Manila collaboration and this huge partnership between some of the leading ecosystem, I'm going to ask you what motivated you guys to be part of this unique collaboration, and what are your expectations from the trip to the Philippines and the in real life events we have planned out.
I'll take that. Well, actually, it made sense to do this with you guys. You going there, having a booth, that's amazing. And having us being a part of an event like that, that was for us a great chance. So we just wanted to thank you for having us there as well. And although I can't be physically there, we will have our presentation there, and we love to participate in the things that you are organizing there as well. And the working together with you guys has been a great experience so far. So I expect nothing less than even better stuff coming out from this. And being there with what I like so much about what you're doing here is that it is another opportunity to onboard more people outside of Hedera. And I think with the great projects that you are showcasing there as well, and with your speaking skills, I think you'll make a lot of friends there as well, because I know how easy it is to speak with you, and we always have a nice laugh. So I think you'll charm some people there towards Hedera as well. I'm counting on it, Tudor. But the best thing, what you're doing here is, I think it's just actually what all projects should be doing more. It's not always easy to organize this, I know that, but it's spreading awareness, not only for the projects on Hedera, but also for Hedera itself. And we have...
Lovely to partner with you guys and your whole entire team, Earthlings. We definitely will be making sure that the user onboarding experience is unique and very interactive, and we're going to get into more details when it comes to the initiatives in real life in the next few days. Basil, a few words?
Yeah, sure. So again, like Patrick just said, well, thank you very much for proposing this. And Hedera is indeed a community, indeed a family. And when it comes to gaming, our numerous spaces with other like a project like Earthlings, like Kabila, or the other like partners on the space, I think we are bringing forward something like very strong all together. I think it's very good. So representing and participating to the spread of Hedera community, I think, is essential. So we are very happy to do that. More importantly, being part of an event occurring in the Philippines, which again is one of the biggest community of Web3 players. Well, some of them are purely interested in short-term games, but you have a strong passion for Web3 and gaming at the same time, more importantly on mobile, which is our case. Therefore, it makes a lot of sense for us to be there. But overall, we are very proud also to represent the HBAR community, Hedera, to evangelize and to onboard people, explaining them, for instance, how we are leveraging Hedera for our games, how is it super fast, super easy to scale, and how this is exactly what the technology that you want to build a game to. So on the one hand, we'll be discussing with potential future players, but on the other hand, we'll also be discussing with potential builders, people who are building games and are looking around for tech and showing them the beauty and the power of Hedera could also pave the way for the arrival of new games, new mass adoption overall. So that's great. And last, participating in.
Thank you so much, Basil. I couldn't agree more. Del, I see your hand up.
Yes, well, for us, it's an easy answer to this, right? Because we have, number one, we have great affinity with the Philippines, having our origins there. And Wes, actually, one of our co-founders, is actually physically present there, representing Web23. So we are excited to bring Hedera to that part of the world, since other chains has been very active on it, but we would like to share Hedera this time, and represent the community. Also, number two, I'm a holder of Earthlings, so I definitely would like to push Earthlings and have start talking to people and get them on board. Just like what Axie community has done. So I've been showing the previews, the nice previews of Earthlings, and I've got a lot of good feedback. We also, of course, will be doing that with Legends of the Past. I know we will have been following because of due to time constraints and so busy. 24 hours in a day is not enough. But we'll definitely be pushing Legends of the Past, Astra Nova, and all the other gamings in the ecosystem. So we'll get share the wonderful stuff that we're doing.
Basil, I think you need to make a legend of him, and I need to build him a statue in one of the towns.
Absolutely. Could not agree more with you.
Let's see what moves him more. I want him to speak about Earthlings. But it's so nice of you to say these things. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Del. And we are definitely looking forward to interacting with some of the invitees and the very special event participants and the overall crypto community there in Manila. Thanks for facilitating that. Speaking of collaboration and Hedera GameFi, Astra Nova has joined us. So welcome to the panel, guys. Would you like to, we're going to catch up real quick with Astra Nova. So I'm going to ask them for a quick intro to themselves, the Astra Nova project, and what are their expectations from participating to the Manila in real life events?
Hey guys, how's it going? It's a wonderful day today, and I'm really sorry. I was traveling, so to join in the space a bit late. My name is Faizi, or DG. I'm one of the co-founders of Astra Nova project. We're building as hey guys, how's it going? It's a wonderful day today, and I'm really sorry. I was traveling, so to join in the space a bit late. My name is Faizi, or DG. I'm one of the co-founders of Astra Nova project. We're building as a meta RPG game. In other words, it's an MMORPG with Web3 features. Our game is basically, it starts off as an action RPG so that the lore is more easily digested by our players, and then it transforms into an MMORPG in the subsequent seasons. This is the same approach we're taking, same like other major mainstream MMORPG games like Final Fantasy. So we started our project in 2020, and around in 2022 we decided to start building on Hedera. We were initially on ETH. We have started with that community building exercise over there, and we're trying to migrate all the ETH users that we have in our community over to Hedera. And we're really happy to build on Hedera because, with all the tech stack as well as the wonderful community here, because it's more close-knit, it's more tight, and there's a very solid chain following over here compared to the other blockchain community which I've observed. Very few projects which have this kind of community over here, even in a bear market. And as far as our motive and our mission in our Manila campaign, it would be mainly for Philippines is actually a very popular location for GameFi. There's a lot of users who actually love that P2E concept. As I believe it was Web23 when I joined, they were talking about the same, about Axie Infinity originating from this place. So there is a lot of really potential users here. So we feel that this will be a really good awareness campaign, as well as letting the word out that even Hedera has. So every chain usually has like a main MMORPG building on it. So we also would like to let the world know that even Hedera has one MMORPG building in the Sacred. So that's what our mission and goal is, and would love to interact with all the wonderful minds and speakers over there in the convention. So that's our goal, and as they say, keep on building and collaborate with us as much as you can in this space. So that's what.
Thanks a lot. We're very excited to have you on board, and looking forward to breaking bread with all of you guys over there in real life. Just a couple notes I wanted to add, that HeadStarter has really assumed a role of an ecosystem trailblazer in promoting and supporting the leading projects building on Hedera. And as you know, this is not the first time that we have been organizing such in real life events. We're very excited to have you on board, and looking forward to breaking bread with all of you guys over there in real life. Just a couple notes I wanted to add, that HeadStarter has really assumed a role of an ecosystem trailblazer in promoting and supporting the leading projects building on Hedera. And as you know, this is not the first time that we have been organizing such in real life events. For example, in November of last year, we showcased some of the leading projects at that time in the space, which were Karate Combat and HeliSwap, and we brought them to a investment-focused event in November in Dubai. And we want to continue to expand awareness about Hedera, about our unique technology stack, about the unique services that can really help propel projects in some unique value propositions when it comes to developing their solution on top of the Hedera DLT. And one of our other initiatives is the Hashgraph DeFi Alliance, and welcome everybody to engage with the work groups there and start contributing and getting hands-on with our mission, I guess, overall as an ecosystem to continue pioneering Hedera and making sure that its inevitable growth will get it to a point where it will be not overlooked by anybody in the immediate future. Basil, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I wanted to add something because I think Astra Nova and Web23 both mentioned Axie Infinity and its popularity in the Philippines. On that aspect, I'm sorry guys, but I have to differ. I beg to differ, because indeed a lot of people, the first users came from the Filipino, but actually Axie Infinity left thousands of Filipino players in debt. How is that? Because everybody was attracted by the gameplay, attracted by the potential of making money out of playing a game, but Axie Infinity is not sustainable. And so that's why when we participate in this event, we also want to raise awareness about what is a Web3 game, how can some of them be sustainable and some other won't. In reality, a lot of people, especially in the Philippines, have lost tons of money or borrowed, get some loan to actually play the game because they were supposed to get high returns. But the way it worked was a lot of players actually lost money. And so I think it's really important that when we go there and when we onboard them, we don't have I would say easy speech about play to earn, that people can make money, it's beautiful. No, it's not. The money needs to come from somewhere. And I think it's our responsibility and duty as Web3 gaming studios to explain what used to be done in the past, why it hasn't worked, and what is the next steps. I see a lot of spaces overall in other chains where they speak about sustainability, and I think that Hedera should focus on that too. And so participating in this event, I think we should raise awareness of this kind of business model. I think it's important.
I just wanted to say that I love what you just said there, Basil, and I know how much focus you put on the tokenomics and the overall game solution for Legends of the Past. So it will be very valuable once we get your presentation and your keynote that really puts an emphasis on what is building a GameFi that has sustainable values.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about that, but during the side event or other stuff, I'd be very happy to talk about that and to onboard, because I think that a lot of people again nowadays are getting, I would say, lured in this like magical aspect of getting money and while playing a game. It's not that easy. The money needs to come from somewhere. It's either from the developer at first or from another player. It's not magical. Anyway.
Man, I love to have him in spaces. You see now why. Tudor, he's like a walking encyclopedia, you know. All the spaces I've been in with you, Basile, you know, sometimes I need to do some homework and you're like a computer that has something cool to say about everything, but you're spot on with what you said. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Patrick. Well, you're a great show. It's always a pleasure to be discussing with you. A lot of great discussion that always come up.
Man, there's some love in your space today, Tudor. Back to you, sorry.
I love this bromance, guys, but let's head over to Awakened Fury to ask the next question to our panelists.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me? Sorry about my technical difficulties earlier. I called my buddy Elon Musk and he figured them out for me. So, without further ado, the next question. As a team, we're in Manila. We are seizing the opportunity to organize Hedera-focused side events with the help of a couple of vibrant local crypto communities. I'd like to thank Web23 for their support in setting up these events. The team is really looking forward to connecting with the lovely people in Manila. I wanted to ask Wes to give us an example of what makes the Filipino Web3 community excel, and how do we make the most of our Manila experience?
Hi, thanks. I guess just a number one tip on a personal note, don't say mabuhay. That's not really something that we use on a day-to-day. I know a lot of celebrities like to say that. It means welcome. But I think it's better to say, I want to try adobo or sinigang because Filipinos love food. But kidding aside, what's really important to the Filipino Web3 community is that it's about sharing in the mutual purpose of how Web3 technology benefits the mass. You know, if we imagine a future where everyone is adopted, what does that look like? And at the core, the Filipino Web3 community is also filled with a bunch of builders who have now fallen in love with the technology for a number of reasons. Whether it's to simplify payments, cross-border payments, being able to align incentives in the community, or rewarding creators appropriately. And I guess a special mention here would be how Filipinos love games. You know, there's a very good reason why we were the Axie capital. At the start, I mean, it's easy to disclose it because it was for the earning, but the reality is that I think with the lineup of projects now and with a huge number of people who are very much aware with Web3 games and how it actually could be like, the possibilities around it with distributing incentives, building like actual gaming communities around it, and with Hedera having all these with the Hedera group that's coming to the Philippines with these kick-ass games, it's pretty much aligned for the growing appreciation for play and earn. And I'd say people are just finding more sustainable ways to build gaming communities around Web3 games. So that would be something very exciting to talk about with them, and just talking about how exciting the gameplays would be and where the communities can be formed around it. So a special note would be the Philippines. It's like everyone's a big family. So whether it's about gaming, or it's about building NFT projects, or getting people to use cryptocurrency to transact, the language is really about family. What does that do for my cousin or for my uncle, for my dad, in that sense? So I think I think Hedera, the group that is coming, and the chain is a really good position to arrive in Manila, and all we really have to do is just really connect with the folks, the builders, and just help them show that we are aligned in our mission.
Thanks for that, Wes. And the same question goes onwards to the rest of our panelists. Would you guys want to chime in on what will be beneficial for the Filipino community when interacting with Hedera, and vice versa when it comes to the HBARbarian community onboarding and opening up this new market.
So, well, I pretty much said it already, but I think on my perspective, there are two things on which I would like to focus and to participate with the Filipino community. Is one, for builders, showing them the tech, showing them and how with the HCS, the HTS, how you don't need a smart contract, how anyone can just in simple JavaScript create your own min site. So how, I would say, easy is it to build an actual dApp on Hedera? So like I think we could get a lot of eyes from builders on Hedera on that aspect with the technology. And I think for the community members, I think my mission, I would say, is to, and you said it, Wes, at the moment, was to speak about sustainability. And I think I would love to cover some of the previous games, obviously Axis, but all of others. And to speak about sustainability, to speak about how we can use the tokenization of in-game assets, but also governance and long-term rewards, and how do we finance that, and how can people jump in without getting scammed or getting trapped in a way that they can not get out their NFTs or get their money back. That would be my focus.
I have a question for Wes, because Odell, maybe they can answer that, because Basile just gave me food for talk. So when I was, a year ago, I was still looking for builders, and I saw that there were also a lot of game studios. Well, they're everywhere, of course, but also in the Philippines. So is it something, so the people there love gaming, of course, like everywhere in the world. And actually, you meant it as well, that there's a lot of Axie players there. And Basile said something, a follow-up on that. But are they, how familiar are they with blockchain? Are most of these gaming studios, and maybe you don't know this, I'm putting you on the spot, but it looks like you guys know a lot about the Philippines and there. Well, Basile wants to say something too, but Del or Wes, what is the sentiment, and how much do they know about Hedera?
Yeah, no, I'll start, and maybe Del could just follow up. So, blockchain, Web3, that's something that's already pretty much familiar. I'd say even borderline close to mainstream in the Philippines. We're put in a very it's a tricky situation in a way that it's a mixed opinions, meaning you have a group of people that really understand, or at least in general have probably owned a wallet or have created a wallet, have minted an NFT or have bought an NFT, so they know the whole process, they know the whole shebang. But there's a group who is probably share the same profile, have a wallet, bought an NFT, but have been on the opposite end of evangelist, meaning they kind of dislike it, they may have lost money, they may have been scammed. So it's you have this group of people you could consider allies in evangelizing Web3 in general, the technology, and there's a group of people that may need to take a bit more convincing to get their trust again. But in terms of Hedera, so I think what's cool is that we're in a strong position to provide that credibility, considering our governing council. If we put that into the picture, that's really a big boost in our credibility as a chain. But ultimately, I'd say the awareness around Hedera is pretty much very low, because I'm affiliated with most of the biggest Web3 communities in the Philippines already, and they haven't had any interactions.
Yeah, I would like to add to Wes also to Wes' points that the Philippines actually have actively put on a stance of opening up smart city initiatives right now, right? And you cannot go smart city without a good technology base, which is Hedera can offer. Because in the smart city environment, there's so many solutions that can be introduced there, like disaster distribution, and that would involve wallet and direct remittances of assistance, right? There's the ESG component wherein the carbon credits has to come into play. And in fact, on the last COPA, I forgot now the number, which of the Philippines has attended and met with a few of Hedera folks in Egypt, the last time in Egypt. And I think we'll be pursuing that too. We'll engage those people. So they're very open, getting open, because there are two sides to this in our world that we can see. There's the cryptocurrency, which is on one end, but there's also the utility, and that's on the other end, right? Which is Hedera is really aligned with in its utility because of its promise of cheaper, more developer friendly, and all the other good stuff. So that's where we focus when we go there, and we actually are participating in some of the assisting the government in evangelizing the DLTs. So we'll get there. Of course, again, due to, as Basil said, on the Philippines, aside on the users of Axie, this again, because work is kind of difficult to some people, but really more of the way I see it is, especially with Earthlings, and I've been telling my friends, this is how you understand tokenization, on how these processes is going to evolve. In the case of Earthlings, simple transaction may be coming from from your hunting expedition, from your transacting into the train and moving around in the cities. So those are tokenizing processes, right? So once people understand that, then of course that's a better solution, I think, and that's when people start now the mass adoption that we're looking for.
Thanks for that. It's very insightful, guys. Astra Nova, would you like to chime in?
Yeah, hey there. So, yeah, a lot of amazing points brought by all the speakers here. Just adding on a few of the points, like which I think Wes and Web23 mentioned. First off, I think yeah, hey there. So, yeah, a lot of amazing points brought by all the speakers here. Just adding on a few of the points, like which I think Wes and Web23 mentioned. First off, I think by this event there'll be a lot of the thing is, from a lot of from what I've seen so far from a lot of our community members, even like we did have a major campaign where people from the blockchain itself, and we did target countries like Indonesia, Philippines a while back. This is towards Q1 of this year for our NFT collection for marketing and stuff. So one thing we noticed was a lot of people, they know about Hedera to some extent, and this is mainly because of that enterprise grade solutions that we have. But when it comes to that retail level adoption, that's much on the lower end, and we could probably be main drivers by having such an event and having a lot of builders as well as community members involved and getting involved in many of these projects when we're having that visibility over there. So that is a major benefit I see, and as many of you all just mentioned, even development is amazing here. It's cheap, it's good tech stack, so I don't see why other developers won't see that as an option when they actually get exposed to it and get to know that, yeah, guys, I mean, we can check this out. Like many of the developers, even we hired for our project, we're kind of like surprised that, oh, we can, the same thing which we had to spend like $2,000-$3,000 deploying contracts got done in just like, I don't know, $50-$100 to get the same stuff done over here in Hedera. I'm pretty sure that any project which wants to start building will probably notice this fact, and they'll probably work on that. And even on the GameFi fronts, like there's a lot of GameFi projects coming over there. So Philippines, lovely location, lovely people. They're definitely going to be in on this. like when we were building our game, we had to make a choice actually, whether we had to make our game Western focused or Eastern focused. Our game, if you notice, once our game is actually launched, you'll notice that there is a lot of Eastern elements, as in we have to make a choice. That is the way how games are. So it does have a little bit more Eastern focus, meaning it targets a lot of Asian communities. So and one of the research when we were preparing our game economy was a lot of countries like Philippines have those kind of users which love that P2E concept. And as someone mentioned, definitely we do need to keep safety factors in, to keep check that the users are safe, they don't get scammed and stuff. So this convention and this platform would actually give us that visibility that Hedera, when they already know about, or they get to know that it's an enterprise grade solution chain primarily right now, and when they see these big organizations, the companies that they provide service for, and then they see these amazing projects building on it, I'm pretty sure that it'll give a much better sentiment for them. Like, these projects are Safu, I can trust them. And if any user over there ever got scammed or have any issues prior to this, it might actually change a little bit of that mindset and bring more adoption over there. So that's how I see it, and I'd love to differ too, but I really hope that this will be more of an awareness event over there in Manila. Thank you, guys.
Really appreciate those mentions there, and I have to hand it off to all of you guys here on panel, because you guys are building some amazing applications, and you guys have the conviction and the willpower to push through regardless of whatever sentiment, market conditions, or hardship you may face, or general startups face. And this is something that really helps us in our mission to really pioneer and put forth the most transformative projects building on Hedera. And we want to assure everybody that once we open up a market like the Philippines, we intend on staying there. So we will look to continue the collaboration with our amazing partners to make sure that our footprint as Hedera, as overall ecosystem and awareness is maintained, not only in Manila, but in all of the other geographies where we have a footprint. Personally, as HeadStarter, we will be having some announcements, some partnerships with more in real life and geolocated entities in the Emirates, in Romania as well, and not only. And if you want to collaborate and really push Hedera and our whole ecosystem as an ambassador, please feel free to reach out to us on our Discord, on our socials. Basil, did you want to add anything to the previous point?
Yeah, exactly. Quickly regarding the Filipino community and its relationship to Web3 games overall, I think it's important to remember that, well, first, at its peak, Axie had like more than half of its players in the Philippines. That's huge. Like half of the players at its peaks were coming in the Philippines for things. But the second thing is, how did Axie scale? How did they attract to have like 3 million of active players a day? How did they do that? Well, it's not through evaluation of blockchain. How they did it is they had some guilds, like who invest in a large collection of NFTs, and some guilds, like thousands of guilds, actually bought almost all of the NFTs or all of the Axies. So what they did, like they spent more than $1.8 billion, literally billion US dollar, to buy all of the supply of the Axie. And what they did is, since the game is token gated, you need an Axie to play. And so what they did is they would rent it for free, like with some scholar mechanisms. So like Filipino people would enter the game for free. They would like play with the Axie, and then they would like give back. It's honestly horrible, but they would like give back 80% of their rewards to like the holders of the NFTs. And so basically, and that's again my personal opinion, but I think that some guilds may have, you know, like used the opportunity of offering for free an NFT which is an access to a game to get some rewards, but the Filipinos, the people who are actually playing and spending hours, like all of like some families were like 20% of the family, all of them playing all together, doing all day on a monthly basis, just to have to pay the bill in the end. But the thing is, like 80% of their personal rewards would go back to those guilds, so like people all around the world who will actually like invest. And so I think it's important that to understand that those Filipino enter Axie because, well, you need to pay to enter, but for them, since they were renting for free the NFT for something else, they would enter for free. And that's where I want to lead you guys, is Hedera, in comparison to other chain, is a chain that is like easy to enter if you don't know how it works, whether it be like the chain itself or for it uses in gaming. But like the technology and the cost to entry is actually pretty low. Like you don't need anything to create your first hashback wallet. Then you have to add a little bit of token to associate your first NFT, but that's it. And so I think that we can raise awareness about how technologies are progressively trying to attract players, but like for free, you don't need to actually like spend a lot, or on the other hand, to rent something, to rent it from someone and then pay most of the rewards to him. So yeah, again, sorry, sometimes I go out on the limb and I say different ideas, but I think that it's important to understand that the Filipino communities was attracted by the concept of renting NFTs from other players. But now we also need to explain them that there are new ways to embark for free, like free-to-play mechanism, and then progressively can earn NFTs, earn rewards, but not in a way of, I would say, like rewarding guilds or other means.
Very good points there, Basil, and we need to make sure that gaming is fun. And is done also for fun and not only for monetary incentives. I know that we're coming close to the top of the hour, but there's a couple more projects that I wanted to get through and also invite anybody from the community if they want to jump in and ask any questions for our partners here today or about the HBAR to Manila campaign. And yeah, I wanted to go on and ask you guys, and again, appreciate everybody's time here. If you cannot stay past the top of the hour, feel free to drop off. We've had some very heartfelt conversations, so I wanted to ask one more question. But Patrick, would you do you have something to add?
Yeah, sure. You think it's impossible, but I can be short. So I don't think it's mentioned yet. Guys, if you like the space, retweet and love it. Just press the love button. It's a small thing to do. You don't have to post it on your tweet, but if you do the love button, you'll share some love with all the projects here, and it helps the algorithm, and it doesn't cost you anything. No one will ever know, and we won't tell. So press the love button and retweet if possible.
Thanks, Patrick. It is pretty obvious that we haven't had spaces in a couple months. So thanks for the OG advice there. The next question, again, to all of the panelists, and you can take it in no particular order. Based on your past experiences in regards to live events and conferences, what are some of the things that we could do as sponsors or exhibitors and pioneers in the Hedera space to improve our HBARbarian ecosystem's engagement, participation, and overall experience, particularly for those who are unable to join us to the in real life events themselves?
I guess first and foremost is what we just said: share the love, share this space, and share the information about what's happening here. As a community, all the community members can help not only grow us, but through what you're doing here and through creating awareness, helping the whole Hedera ecosystem actually grow, because that's something that we all want, of course. As for live events, I think my colleague just showed me an event coming up in Amsterdam. I think we all need to attend more events. Basil, I'm gonna 100% want you to join as well. That's around the corner for you. I know you've been to the Efteling, but we need to create more awareness all together, and I think the community can help with that as well. Just by I probably didn't get the question right, but that's my 2 cents on it.
Thanks for that. To anybody else, Basil, why don't you go up next? How can we enhance the? Thanks for that. To anybody else, how can we enhance the experience of our HBARbarian ecosystem?
I'll have another side path for that as well, because I think building great projects, the overall experience, HBARbarian experience, I think it's happening now already. Great projects onboarding, and I want to pitch in on what Astra Nova just said, because I'm amazed that not more projects are already finding out about Hedera and how what a great place it is to build, especially with technology and the low fees. But I think with all the quality projects now slowly emerging more and more, so not only NFT but also gaming and other projects emerging now more on Hedera, I think we'll see substantial growth soon enough, and that's of course also a way to spread awareness. And I'm glad to be part of this journey.
Yeah, thanks a lot there, Patrick. And just to offer a bit more context, obviously Hedera, we see that Hedera has been participating and evangelizing the network, the chain, the ecosystem, NFTs in Times Square in New York, and participating to NFT events, to conferences. I think Basil actually met and had lengthy discussions with Lehman Baird at the Proof of Talk conference in Paris the other week. And what we are really trying to do is through this event, not only to as we mentioned earlier, to put forth and expose the community, onboard new users to Hedera, and showcase some of the best projects that are building on top of Hedera, but also make sure that we keep the engagement of the HBARbarian community as high as possible through the event. And I think that alongside these projects on the panel today and our partners, I'm super thrilled to announce the release of an event-focused NFT collection that is something that marks the remarkable partnership and goals that we set ourselves up to. And the collection is pretty unique and loaded with some utilities and goodies that I'm sure a lot of people have been excited for without even knowing. So the NFT collection has been teased upon a bit on our socials, and it's a way for us to engage and offer a lot more hands-on activations for our HBARbarians from all over the world. Basil.
Yeah. Yes, I just wanted to quickly jump in what you just said earlier. I remember about how to raise awareness for the Hedera community in the Philippines during the event. I think it's quite easy. I think we all know the solution, as you said, and as we discussed with Limon 2 weeks ago, the best way to attract players on Hedera Gaming is to build a cool game. And so the best way to evangelize is very easy. We simply need to put the video of Earthlings that they just released on a loop on the TV, on the set, on the booth, and people will see this beautiful video and they will definitely be attracted and they will discover Hedera thanks to Earthlings. So thank you very much, Earthlings, for driving a lot of everyone on Hedera.
Man, you gotta love this
Consider
guy.
it done. Consider it done, guys. Not only will we have the event blazing with our partners and some teasers from our platform, but also we will be onboarding through some unique partnerships that we have with our wallet providers in the space, new users to Hedera NFTs, to Hedera fungible tokens, and hopefully onboarding them as committed participants in the space. Yes, Andrew.
Before getting into the NFTs, I just had a question for Astra Nova. Since you guys were building on Ethereum prior to coming to Hedera, one, how did you hear about Hedera? And secondly, will you be showcasing why you guys changed from another chain to Hedera while you're at the event?
Sure. Yeah, Andrew, nice question. So we were fortunate enough in 2022 to meet one of our advisors, who later became our advisor, Mr. Sai, who's one of the co-chairs of Hedera. So we got to know more about Hedera through him. At that time, Hedera was just kickstarting its, mainly some grant programs and stuff. That's how we mainly got to know about it. And from there, once our developers actually, went more deeper into it, so we did have this initial conversation before. One of our developers, he was working in Google, and he did tell us that he was working on some super secret project which involved with Hedera. So that's the first instance we got to know, but we didn't make any shift at that point. And then when our advisor actually mentioned about this, that's when we actually started actively looking into it. And then we actually, we kind of finalized towards the mid of last year that this would be the chain once we did our full research on this and made sure that this is actually a very game friendly chain. We did get offers from other chains as well, like even mainly these gaming centric chains, but we were kind of resolute and made ourselves exclusive to Hedera once we saw the potential and the benefit here. So we being the first, as well as the having active support from the ecosystem, is what we were mainly looking for. And once we were resolute and receiving that, then there was no question. The tech stack is already amazing, so it was an easy decision for us. And definitely we would be giving that awareness about why that Ethereum to Hedera shift in the program as well. So we'll love to do that. And as far as the thing you were saying about improving these programs, I would say there are a lot of these more close-knit groups, if you notice, for these wallet providers like Blade Wallet, which we're partnered with, or even the other Hashback, where they have partnered with a couple of these projects. And probably to have more HBARbarians coming in these events, maybe we can write side campaigns with these wallet providers, or organizing these by ourselves, and having perks for these community members which are coming in real life. I've seen such things works with a friend of ours, like Rafsby, his Kid Call Beast project. So it's definitely possible. So that will be a suggestion. Just trying to make the events more fun. I think that will be the best way to put it.
Awesome, thank you. You answered exactly what I wanted. I want you to spread awareness of how you went from Ethereum to Hedera and why. And I think that'll have a lot of other game developers and whatnot have second guess they're building on other chains. So as Tudor mentioned earlier about the NFT drop announcement, I want you guys to let me know what you're most excited about these NFTs, what their utilities may be, etc. So if someone can come up, maybe Earthlings can start and let the community know.
Well, I can only speak. I think most for my for the Earthlings version, but all of them have good perks to them. I think we'll be dropping 2 free land deeds for the continent of Europe for our game. So if you get, well, I can only speak. I think most for my for the Earthlings version, but all of them have good perks to them. I think we'll be dropping 2 free land deeds for the continent of Europe for our game. So if you get one of these NFTs, you'll be getting 2 landies. We'll be giving you some Steam as well, and you'll be having a certain spot for the IDO event on HeadStarter. So yeah, that's a nice lineup. And well, if Tudor comes up with some other stuff for us to pitch in that, because he's going to say, yeah, I had some animals. Who knows, we will. But these three are certain already. So, but I think there's more perks to it than just what you get from Earthlings, and it's more of a bundle. But I'm not going to spill that. That's up to Tudor and you guys to say.
Thanks for that. Does anybody, Del, do you want to talk about the NFT utilities as well?
Yeah, well, I would like to, since we are in the naming space in Hedera, we would like to probably add utility there to give some discounts and rewards, and also some possible allowed lists on certain initiatives that we're going to be doing soon. So we've been building, so quietly building the past year. So please expect we're coming out with and showcasing what we came up with, what we call the smart pages. So it's coming. I'm sure that you will have the opportunity now to showcase your collections and engage with your followers, so that you'll be able to again have that engagement with everybody else and bridging it onto Web 2, right? Because that's really where our major customers are, is to onboard people from Web 2. So this is the ability to that utility to adding to those Web 3 domains that we have. So yeah, we'll sharing giving out these NFTs and to utility. So that's all I can say for now, but we'll definitely tweet out on the next coming days.
Thanks for that. We're going to have a Medium article that details all the collections, perks, and uniqueness. But Basil and Fezi, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, sure. So regarding the NFTs for LOT, I think...
Thanks for that. We're going to have a Medium article that details all the collections, perks, and uniqueness. But Basil and Fezi, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, sure. So regarding the NFTs for LOT, I think first of all, I think it's a great idea to do a co-branding of mutual HBAR project. And I think it definitely goes in the right direction for community development. So personally, I love it. And regarding the utility, so what if you manage to get your hand on one of our LOP NFTs during this event, you'll have access. You'll have some. You'll be able to participate in a lottery in which you'll be able to win some of our NFTs. So you'll either be able to win the future Heaven Keys for future mint, not for an Infinity Jar but for something else, or direct NFT.
That's quite an amazing utility you guys got there. I'll just chime in. I like to keep it very simple for us. This NFT, which we're doing in co-branding with HeadStarter, we plan to have this as more like so we did most of our NFT collections do have small airdrops, but when it comes to this particular one, we plan to have it more of a sizable amount of airdrop of our tokens. That will be the main utility, and we are still thinking about adding something else into it as well to make it more exciting. But regarding the exact number of tokens as well as the goodies which comes with it, we'll be making an official announcement soon.
Thanks a lot for that, everybody. And I just wanted to sum things up. The NFT collection is another innovative initiative that we, first of all, encourages collaboration and is something that we believe is pretty unique, and hopefully will inspire other projects or individuals in the space to organize some other let's say events in real life, meetups, etc. So the small NFT collection is filled with perks. It's going to be very limited in supply. So 400 NFTs will be there, 100 for each partner project. They will be launching on multiple NFT launchpads in the Hedera space, and as our partners mentioned, for each particular project, each of the 100 respective NFTs will offer a whitelist for the fungible tokens upcoming IDO on HeadStarter. Not only that, and the project-specific perks that these NFTs will offer, but holders of these NFTs will have access to exclusive event-specific channels that will feature the hosts, participants, and partners, where we will be facilitating a 24/7 live stream from the event and side events. The owners will help us design and vote on the event swag that will be offered at the booth. And furthermore, they will participate in a draw for 4 HeadStarter Select OG NFT cards that for which the current floor is 14K HBAR, and there will be a draw for tickets for the in real life event in AIBC, and probably a small surprise there as well. As I mentioned earlier, the full details of the campaign will be shared in a subsequent post tomorrow. I think that's about it that we had for everybody today. Does any of our partners have any words to leave us all by and things to be excited about? Oh yeah, by the way, I almost forgot. At the event, HeadStarter will be showcasing some of the more technical developments that we have been working on. And just to give a bit more context to everybody, it will be a new DeFi crowdfunding product that will increase both the number of tokens that people will be HBARbarians will overall be interacting with, will increase the network, the Hedera network's total value locked, and also we're pretty certain will bring a lot more excitement to our space. That's about it, guys.
Wow, what an announcement! What an announcement! Quick question regarding this: is it like fungible or not? This new token interaction
for fungible tokens.
Okay, fungible. Cool.
You're going to leave us with that little piece of information. Now I want to know more.
Well, you will know more. Don't worry.
I can't sleep this evening, but I'm very curious now. Okay, I won't make it difficult for you. But it was a great space. Thank you for having me this evening, for trusting to have me again on your space, Tudor. Thank you so much.
Yeah, likewise. It's always a pleasure to be discussing with you guys. So yeah, and we are very happy and proud to be representing Hedera in this event.
Just curious, Tudor, do we have any time for community questions? Let's run it.
If anybody wants to jump in, please.
All right, it looks like everyone's pretty well caught up. So we just want to thank our guests and listeners for joining. We are greatly appreciative of your time. Be sure to keep an eye out for more announcements regarding the HBAR to Manila utility packed NFT collection at the end of the week. If you haven't done so already, please follow us on Twitter and join our Discord, and you should definitely do the same for all our guests here, Astra Nova, Earthlings, Legend of the Past, and Web23. As we have been recording, you can listen back to this space at any time. We will catch you all very soon on the HeadStarter Spotlight Series. Take care, everyone.